What if I told you that scientists can already predict who will live not just longer but better? And some of the clearest clues might already be showing up in your own daily life. Today, we're not talking about warning signs of decline. Instead, I'll reveal 7 powerful positive signals that your body and mind give when you're on track to age better than most of your peers. These are not vague feel-good ideas. They're supported by decades of research in medicine, psychology, and longevity science. By the end, you'll know exactly which strengths you already have working in your favor and how to amplify them so the next decade of life is not just longer, but fuller, stronger, and happier. I'm Dr. Eli Morgan, and for over 35 years, I've worked with older adults to help them understand the science of healthy aging. I've seen firsthand how these 7 signals separate those who struggle in later years from those who continue to thrive. Sign 1. You still enjoy food and feel hungry at mealtimes. Imagine sitting down to dinner and actually looking forward to it, not just eating because you have to. That simple spark of appetite is one of the strongest indicators that your body is still in balance. In fact, studies from the National Institute on Aging show that seniors who maintain a healthy appetite have higher nutrient intake, stronger muscles, and better recovery after illness compared to those who lose interest in food. Take Helen, for example. She's 74 and she still gets excited about trying new recipes with her grandchildren. Her friend Martha, the same age, often skips meals, saying she's just not hungry. Over time, Helen has stayed energetic, walking several miles a week, while Martha has become weaker and more prone to infections. The difference? One woman is fueling her body properly, while the other is slowly running on empty. The good news, appetite isn't just luck. You can strengthen it by keeping regular meal times, focusing on protein-rich foods like eggs or beans, and avoiding long stretches without eating. Even small rituals, like cooking with others or eating outdoors, can reawaken that natural hunger signal. So if you still look forward to breakfast, lunch, and dinner, congratulations. That simple joy is telling you that your body still wants to repair, rebuild, and keep moving forward. And if you've noticed appetite fading, don't panic. There are plenty of ways to turn it back on. But food isn't the only hidden marker of thriving later in life. In fact, what might matter even more is how often you laugh. Sign 2. You laugh and find joy regularly. There's a reason doctors sometimes say laughter is medicine. Frequent laughter isn't just a reflection of a cheerful personality. It's a biological signal that your nervous system is resilient and your stress response is under control. Research from the Mayo Clinic shows that laughter reduces stress hormones like cortisol, improves blood flow, and even boosts immune cells that help defend against illness. Consider Edward, who's 79. He still cracks jokes with his neighbors, loves watching stand-up comedy, and finds small reasons to laugh each day. His cousin George, also in his late 70s, spends most evenings in silence, glued to the news. Edward tends to bounce back faster from colds and stays more socially engaged, while George often feels drained and isolated. It's not just coincidence. Joy itself acts like a protective buffer against the wear and tear of aging. The encouraging part is that you don't have to be a natural comedian to benefit. Surround yourself with uplifting people. Watch something that makes you chuckle or even try laughter yoga, which has been shown to improve mood and heart health in older adults. The body doesn't really care whether your laugh comes from a witty friend or a silly video. The physiological benefits are the same. So if you still find yourself laughing often, that's a sign your brain and body are aging on the right track. And if you've lost touch with that spark, it's never too late to bring it back. Because beyond laughter, another surprising positive marker is how curious you remain about learning new things. Sign 3. You stay curious and want to learn new things. One of the clearest signals that your brain is staying young is curiosity. When older adults keep asking questions, exploring hobbies, or learning skills, they're exercising the brain's plasticity, the ability to form new connections. Neurologists at University College London found that seniors who regularly engage in mentally challenging activities, like learning a language or playing an instrument, had stronger memory and attention compared to those who stuck to routine tasks. Take Maria, age 72. During the pandemic, she taught herself digital photography using online tutorials. At first, it was frustrating. Cameras, software, all unfamiliar. But within months, she was proudly editing family albums. Her neighbor Paul, the same age, kept saying, "I'm too old for that." Today, Maria is sharper, more engaged, and even reports feeling happier, while Paul complains of forgetfulness and boredom. The exciting part? Curiosity is like a muscle. You can strengthen it at any age by starting small. Read about a topic you know nothing about, try a new recipe, or sign up for a short online class. Even spending 15 minutes a day on a new hobby gives your brain a workout. So if you still feel that pull to explore or try something new, it's not just a personality quirk. It's evidence that your brain is protecting itself against decline. And if curiosity has been fading, the fix is as simple as giving yourself permission to be a beginner again. And speaking of resilience, another positive signal is how quickly your body bounces back after challenges. Sign 4. You recover quickly after illness or activity. How long it takes you to bounce back after stress, whether it's a flu, a minor surgery, or even a challenging workout, says more about your biological age than the number on your birthday cake. Recovery speed reflects the strength of your immune system, cardiovascular fitness, and cellular repair processes. A large study from Johns Hopkins showed that older adults who regained their normal energy and activity levels quickly after illness had significantly lower risk of long-term disability. Consider Leonard, 76. When he catches a seasonal cold, he feels lousy for a few days but is back to gardening within a week. His friend Arthur, the same age, spends weeks in bed after even mild sickness. Over time, Leonard stays independent, while Arthur requires more help from family. The difference isn't willpower alone, it's the body's ability to restore balance efficiently. The uplifting news is that recovery speed isn't fixed. Regular physical activity, good sleep, and adequate protein all train your body to repair faster. Even something as simple as brisk walking several times a week improves circulation, which helps nutrients and oxygen reach tissues more quickly during healing. And don't underestimate hydration. Cells can't rebuild without water. So if you notice you bounce back fast from everyday setbacks, treat it as a powerful sign of healthy aging. And if your recovery has slowed, the solution is to gently train your body's resilience rather than accept it as just getting old. Of course, the foundation for recovery is something most people take for granted: the quality of your sleep. Sign 5. You sleep well without relying on medication. A solid night's rest is one of the most underrated signs of healthy aging. When you're able to fall asleep naturally, stay asleep, and wake feeling refreshed, without depending on sleeping pills, it signals that your brain and body are still maintaining critical rhythms. Research from the University of California, Berkeley has shown that deep sleep supports memory, hormonal balance, and even the brain's ability to clear out toxins linked to dementia. Think about Ruth, 78. She gets 7 to 8 hours of restful sleep most nights, waking up ready for her morning walk. Her brother Thomas, a year younger, has struggled with insomnia for decades and often relies on medication. Ruth maintains sharp memory and steady mood, while Thomas feels groggy and more anxious. The contrast highlights how sleep quality sets the stage for daily vitality. The hopeful part is that restful sleep isn't out of reach, Maintaining a regular bedtime, getting morning sunlight, and limiting screens in the evening can reset natural rhythms. Gentle evening routines, reading, light stretching, or calming music signal to the brain that it's time to wind down. And if naps are needed, keeping them short and before mid-afternoon prevents disruption at night. So if you're able to drift off and wake naturally, that's one of the clearest positive signs of healthy aging. And if not, small daily adjustments can gradually retrain your body to reclaim deep restorative sleep. But sleep isn't the only marker of vitality. Another signal is hidden in how easily you move through your day. Sign 6. You enjoy physical activity without feeling exhausted. One of the clearest signs of healthy aging is not just being able to move, but actually enjoying it. When you can climb stairs, carry groceries, or go for a walk without feeling drained, it shows that your heart, lungs, and muscles are still working together efficiently. A study from the European Heart Journal found that older adults who maintained good aerobic capacity lived longer and had fewer hospitalizations, regardless of their weight or medical history. Take Sylvia, age 73. She takes daily walks in the park, sometimes adding a few hills for fun. Her friend Harold, 74, avoids activity whenever possible because it leaves him winded. Sylvia's endurance allows her to stay social, travel, and participate in family events, while Harold feels limited and often frustrated. The difference isn't just fitness, it's quality of life. The encouraging part is that stamina can be built at any age, starting with 10 minutes of light walking and gradually increasing duration or pace helps retrain your cardiovascular system. Even household activities, gardening, dancing, or playing with grandchildren, keep energy systems active. Pairing activity with social connection, like walking with a friend, doubles the benefits. So if movement still feels like pleasure rather than punishment, that's a powerful sign your body is aging well. And if activity currently feels exhausting, don't despair. Consistent small efforts can rebuild endurance surprisingly quickly. And finally, one of the strongest positive signs has less to do with your muscles or organs, and everything to do with the relationships around you. Sign 7. You stay connected with people around you. Of all the positive signals of healthy aging, few are as powerful as strong social ties. Decades of research, including the famous 80-year Harvard study of adult development, show that close relationships predict both longer life and greater happiness more reliably than income, genetics, or even cholesterol levels. Simply put, if you maintain meaningful connections, your chances of aging well multiply. Look at Clara, 81. She calls her sister every morning, attends a book club once a week, and regularly volunteers at her local church. Compare that to Daniel, also in his 80s, who spends most days alone with the TV. Clara reports fewer health complaints, recovers faster from setbacks, and says she still looks forward to the future. Daniel, meanwhile, struggles with loneliness, which research shows increases the risk of heart disease and depression. The inspiring news is that connection can be rebuilt at any age. Joining a group around a shared interest, scheduling regular calls with loved ones, or even attending community classes can reignite social bonds. Digital tools like video chats or senior-friendly social apps can help when geography or mobility makes in-person meetings difficult. So if you find yourself laughing with friends, chatting with neighbors, or simply having someone to confide in, that's not a small thing. It's one of the most powerful predictors of thriving into later years. Now that we've gone through all 7 positive signs, let's tie them together. And I'll give you a simple way to measure how well you're aging. Final. Putting the signs together. Now that you've seen the 7 positive signs, take a moment to reflect. Each one, from appetite to laughter to curiosity to recovery speed to natural sleep to activity and to strong relationships, is like a thread in the fabric of healthy aging. The more of these threads you weave together, the stronger and more vibrant your later years can be. Here's the encouraging truth. You don't need to have all 7 signs today. Even if you recognize just 2 or 3, that's a foundation you can build on. And many of the others can be cultivated over time with small, consistent habits. Enjoying meals with friends, adding a few minutes of daily walking, or reaching out to someone you care about. So ask yourself, how many of these 7 positive signs do you already see in your life? Write the number in the comments below and share one habit you want to strengthen this year. Reading your stories not only motivates us, but also inspires thousands of others in this community who are on the same path. And if this video encouraged you, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you don't miss the next part of this series. Most importantly, share this video with a loved one, because chances are they already have some of these signs too, and hearing that can be the best gift of encouragement. Healthy aging isn't about avoiding problems. It's about recognizing and nurturing the strengths that keep you thriving. And you have more of those strengths than you realize.